we all know why we're here today, and this is how it's going to go. All right? The candidates are going to come in, and we're going to ask them a question about their dissertation. Ask for them to talk for a few moments about that. And then, Joan, you will tell them about what it's like to teach at St. Basila's. That's your thing, no offense. They'll ask questions about us, perhaps something that, a coherent one, one that they haven't thought that we've heard 1,000 times before, and then we're going to shove them out the door, and then perhaps we can get the out of this rat hole hotel and get numb at the bar.
I'm just wondering, are we going to actually talk about what we're looking for in the candidates?
Did you read the job description?
Yeah, I read the job description. I just mean, is there something particular? I mean, something that maybe wasn't in the job description.
Yeah, well, what we're looking for is the same thing everyone's looking for, okay? We need some schmuck to come in without ego, with no personality whatsoever, with no ideas, who does all the dirty work for less money than they can make as a manager at McDonald's. Okay, Joan? That's what we're looking for. Let the games begin. Christina, we've read your CV, and we're obviously very impressed. As you know, we're looking for a post-colonial theorist with an interest in structural linguistics, whom is also able to teach Chaucer. Could you begin by telling us a little bit about your dissertation and how it relates to your interests?
My dissertation takes as its starting point Jeffrey Cohen's work on the post-colonial Middle Ages.
You say your work is based on Jeffrey Cohen's?
Yes, it is.
What do you think of his treatment of les objets voix?
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I'm sorry. I assumed, since you were working on Cohen, that you were familiar with the work of Jacques Lacan.
Oh, of course I am. Could you repeat the question?
I'm sorry. I should have asked you earlier. Would you care for a glass of water?
Oh, yes, please.
Wonderful.
I was just reminded of the first chapter of Cohen's book, where he discusses les objets voix. It's a little Lacanian play on words. Object object voix. I was wondering what you think of his treatment of the voice as the object cause of desire.
I think that's really smart of him. It allows him the opportunity to discuss medieval literary production from a materialist standpoint.
But don't you think that's an essentialist reading of Lacan?
No, I don't think that materialist necessarily equals essentialist.
I'm sorry, but in this case I think it does. Have you even read Lacan?
Yes.
Well, if you're not lying, then you recall in the schema L, the relation of the object a to the signifier. I'll draw you a diagram.
God, that was the worst job interview ever.
Oh, come on. It couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah. Good luck.
So would you say then that your work takes as a starting point the premise that desire can never fully be materialized? And if so, how do you account for the specificity of the object in the case of fear or anxiety? And if you could, by way of answering, please reference the Man of Law's Tale. That would be most helpful. So would you say that your thesis is based on the assumption that language is a lived experiential phenomenon unique to each individual consciousness within which it is instantiated, and that structural approaches to language fail insofar as they constitute a secondary abstraction from the real?
My thesis was on Thomas Hardy. I'm in the right interview, right? This is St. Basila's.
So would you say that your understanding of the feminine as a category is more dependent on Lacan or Irigaray?
What do you think?
Irigaray.
Oh, for God's sakes.
If you were going to diagram your thesis as a Grimasian square.
enough with the f***ing Lacan already! I've been hearing this shit all goddamn day! The materialization of the gaze, object of f***ing desire, and a big f***ing O for unlike f***ing God. Can we speak English already? What the f***? I've had enough French film shoved down my f***ing throat. I'll be shitting this shit for f***ing weeks! I need to go to get this f***ing candidate out of the goddamn room so I can go to the bar and have a f***ing half bottle of goddamn Rumplemans and a f***ing half bottle of goddamn f***ing vodka! Alright? So can we get enough of this f***ing forget Lacan? Ugh, damn it! So I think you'll see that we have very competitive benefits package.